The sands of time whisper tales of ancient civilizations, their secrets buried beneath layers of history. These artifacts, remnants of bygone eras, hold the keys to understanding our shared human journey. But what happens when these echoes of the past are silenced by the deafening roar of modern warfare? The clash of modernity and antiquity creates a devastating symphony of destruction. Across the globe, archaeological sites of immense value face an existential threat, caught in the crossfire of conflict. These sites, once bustling with life and culture, now stand as silent witnesses to the chaos around them. From the Colosseum in Rome to the ancient city of Palmyra in Syria, the ravages of war have left an indelible mark on our collective heritage. These iconic landmarks, symbols of human achievement, are now marred by the scars of conflict. Today we turn our attention to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, where a similar tragedy unfolds. Here the cradle of civilization is under siege, and the echoes of history are at risk of being drowned out by the sounds of war. Can we stand idly by as history itself crumbles before our eyes? The loss of these sites is not just a loss for one nation, but for all of humanity. The question hangs heavy in the air, a stark reminder of the fragility of our past. Each fallen stone and shattered artifact is a testament to the vulnerability of our cultural heritage. The very foundations of civilization, the remnants of empires long gone, are at risk of being lost forever. These structures, which have withstood the test of time, now face their greatest threat. The urgency of the situation cannot be overstated. The preservation of these sites is a race against time, a battle to save the irreplaceable. We must act now, not only to preserve these irreplaceable treasures, but also to honor the generations who came before us. Their legacy, their stories are woven into the fabric of these ancient stones. Their stories, etched in stone and whispered on the wind, deserve to be heard. They are the voices of our ancestors, calling out to us to protect and cherish the heritage they have left behind. The land we now call Israel and Palestine is, in many ways, a cradle of civilization, a place where the echoes of ancient footsteps still resonate. Here, amidst the rolling hills and sun-drenched plains, empires rose and fell, leaving their indelible marks on the landscape. These empires left behind a tapestry of history woven into the very fabric of the land, a rich mosaic of cultures and civilizations. Ancient cities, once bustling centers of trade and culture, now lie dormant, their secrets buried beneath layers of sand and time, waiting to be uncovered. These ruins are not merely piles of rubble. They are tangible links to our shared human story, connecting us to our ancestors. The crumbling walls of synagogues and churches whisper tales of faith and devotion, of communities that once gathered in these sacred spaces, while the remnants of Roman fortifications speak of conquest and empire, of the might and ambition of a civilization that once ruled vast territories. Each stone, each inscription, offers a glimpse into the lives of those who came before us, their hopes and dreams, their struggles and triumphs, painting a vivid picture of our shared past. The recent escalation in violence between Israel and Palestine has sent shockwaves through the archaeological community. Experts warn that the ongoing conflict poses a grave threat to countless historical sites of immense value. The indiscriminate nature of modern warfare, with its aerial bombardments and heavy artillery, leaves even the most resilient structures vulnerable to destruction. Reports of damage to archaeological sites are already emerging, painting a grim picture of the potential losses. Ancient mosaics, painstakingly pieced together over centuries, are shattered beyond repair. Walls that have stood for millennia crumble under the impact of explosions, burying priceless artifacts beneath tons of rubble. The situation is dire, and archaeologists fear that the worst is yet to come. The Israeli military maintains that its actions are necessary to protect its citizens from attacks. Hamas, they argue, operates from within civilian areas, using schools and hospitals as shields. This tactic, they say, leaves them with no choice but to target these areas, even if it means risking damage to cultural heritage sites. The complexities of the conflict, however, do not absolve any party from their responsibility to protect cultural heritage. International law is clear on this point. The intentional targeting of cultural sites constitutes a war crime. While the fog of war can sometimes obscure the lines between military necessity and cultural preservation, the fundamental principle remains: history is not a bargaining chip. Section 5. Guardians of the Past. Shielding history from the storm. Despite the numerous challenges, relentless efforts are underway to protect these irreplaceable treasures from the ravages of time and conflict. Archaeological organizations, both within Israel and internationally, are working tirelessly to document and safeguard vulnerable sites. These dedicated teams are often composed of experts from various fields, collaborating to ensure the preservation of our shared history. They are using advanced satellite imagery to monitor damage and changes over time, creating detailed digital three-dimensional models to preserve the memory and structure of at-risk sites, and advocating for the establishment of safe zones around these invaluable historical sites to prevent further damage. These efforts, however, are often hampered by a lack of sufficient funding, access restrictions imposed by various authorities, and the ever-present danger posed by the ongoing conflict in the region, which threatens both the sites and the archaeologists. The situation is further complicated by the fact that many archaeological sites are located in contested territories, caught in a political tug-of-war that often overshadows concerns about cultural heritage. The preservation of these sites requires not just scientific effort, but also political will and international cooperation. Section 6. A heritage under siege, the human cost of conflict. The impact of the conflict extends far beyond the physical damage to ancient stones and artifacts. The destruction of cultural heritage also represents a profound loss for the people who call this land home. For them, these sites are not merely tourist attractions or academic curiosities. They are an integral part of their identity, their history, and their sense of belonging. The loss of these sites is experienced as a deeply personal tragedy, a severing of ties to their ancestors and their cultural inheritance. It is a wound that runs deep, fueling resentment and hindering the prospects for peace and reconciliation. The significance of these ancient ruins extends far beyond the borders of Israel and Palestine. They are part of our shared human story, offering a glimpse into the civilizations that shaped our world. The mosaics of Sepphoris, the Roman theaters of Caesarea Maritima, the ancient synagogues of the Galilee. These sites hold within their walls a wealth of knowledge about art, architecture, religion, and daily life in antiquity. To lose these sites would be to lose a vital piece of our collective memory. It would be akin to tearing pages from the history books, leaving gaping holes in our understanding of the past. Preserving these treasures is not just a matter of local concern, it is a global imperative. If the bombings continue unabated, the consequences for our cultural heritage will be catastrophic. We risk losing not only individual artifacts and structures, but entire chapters of history. Imagine a future where the ancient synagogues of the Galilee are reduced to rubble, where the mosaics of Sepphoris are lost forever beneath a pile of debris. This is not hyperbole, it is a very real possibility if we fail to act. The destruction of cultural heritage is irreversible. Once gone, these treasures are lost to us forever. Future generations will inherit a world stripped of its past, robbed of the opportunity to connect with the stories and legacies of those who came before them. Despite the grim realities on the ground, there is still hope. The international community recognizes the importance of protecting cultural heritage in conflict zones. UNESCO, the United Nations body responsible for safeguarding cultural sites, has condemned the destruction and called for an immediate cessation of hostilities. There have also been some notable successes in recent years. In 2015, after the destruction of Palmyra by ISIS, experts from around the world came together to digitally reconstruct the ancient city, using thousands of photographs and three-dimensional models. While this digital reconstruction cannot replace the tangible reality of the lost site, it serves as a powerful reminder of what was lost and a testament to the resilience of human ingenuity. The ongoing conflict in Israel and Palestine serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of our cultural heritage. Ancient ruins, silent witnesses to the ebb and flow of history, are caught in the crossfire, their very existence hanging in the balance. The situation is dire, but it is not hopeless. We must remember that preserving our shared past is not merely an act of nostalgia, it is an investment in our collective future. By protecting these irreplaceable treasures, we are safeguarding the stories, the knowledge, and the very foundations of our shared humanity. The time to act is now. Before the echoes of the past are silenced forever, we must act together,